Welcome to Online Learning with me, Mom Jen, and this is a video on our lecture series in General Physics. Let's start with a simple question. What do these objects have in common? They may look different at first, but if you observe closely, all of them are rotating or revolving in some way. Some spin around themselves while others move around a point outside of them. That's what this lesson is all about. Understanding how objects move in circles and what forces act on them. This video, our topic is about rotational equilibrium. When we say an object is in rotational equilibrium, it means it is rotating steadily. Its angular speed doesn't change. To understand this, let's recall two important motions. Revolution happens when an object goes around an external point like the Earth revolving around the Sun. Rotation happens when the object spins on its own axis like the Earth spinning to give us day and night. These are two basic types of circular motion. When we describe circular motion, we need to recall the parts of a circle. First, we have the center, which is the fixed point at the center. The radius goes from the center to the edge, while the diameter passes through the center, making it twice as long as the radius. We also have the circumference, or the distance around the circle, and we also have chords connecting any two points, tangents that touch the circle at only one point, and we also have secants that cut across it. Finally, we have an arc, which is just the piece of the circumference. These terms help us understand motion more precisely. Now let's analyze this diagram showing circular motion. In circular motion, two things are very important: tangential velocity and centripetal acceleration. The tangential velocity is the speed along the edge of the circle. It is always changing in direction as the object moves. On the other hand, centripetal acceleration always points inward, towards the center of the circle. Without this inward acceleration, the object would simply fly off in a straight line. As an object moves in a circular path, again, it constantly changes its direction. When an object moves in a circle, its speed might stay the same, but again, always remember that direction keeps changing. And since acceleration is any change in velocity, circular motion always involves acceleration even if the speed is constant. Now let's analyze how we calculate tangential velocity. Again, remember, tangential velocity, the magnitude is constant but the direction changes. To solve for the tangential velocity, we have the formula V is equal to omega r, where omega is the angular velocity and r is the radius. The angular velocity itself can be written as 2 pi f, where f is the frequency or the number of revolutions per second. Notice that in circular motion, the displacement after a full revolution is zero. You return to the starting point, but the object was moving the whole time. That's why we focus on velocity and acceleration. Without the acceleration, the motion of the object will just be in a straight path. Centripetal force is the inward pull that keeps an object moving in a circle. If this force disappears, the object won't keep curving. It will move straight in the direction it was going at that instant. That's inertia in action. Now, centripetal acceleration can be solved using this formula. AC, or centripetal acceleration, is equal to v squared over r, where v is the tangential velocity and r is the radius of the circle. Let's apply what we learned. Sample problem number 1 reads, Shomar's bicycle has wheels with a radius of 0.03048 meters. If the wheels can make 3 revolutions in 2 seconds, what is the tangential velocity of the wheel and what is its centripetal acceleration? Now, I want you to pause the video so that you could solve the problem. To solve the problem, let's identify first the given variables. So first we have the radius, again, which is 0.3048 meters. Then we have revolutions. So we have 3 revolutions in 2 seconds. And we are looking for the tangential velocity and the centripetal acceleration. Now we are going to use a different formula. So first we have the formula for tangential velocity and the formula for centripetal acceleration. Now let's substitute the values to solve the unknown. So first to get the tangential velocity, we now have 2 pi f multiplied to r. Now we simply use the pi value in our scientific calculators. So we now input 2 pi and then we have 3 revolutions divided by 2 seconds. So that would be our frequency. And we multiply this with the radius. Therefore, the tangential velocity of the wheel is 2.87 meters per second. Now, using this computed value, we're now going to get the centripetal acceleration. AC is equal to v squared divided by r. So we now have 2.87 meters per second. We square that value and divide by the radius to arrive at an answer of 27.02 meters per second squared. That's actually a strong inward pull just to keep the wheel turning. Now let's have another problem. Jacob's helicopter flies in a circle of radius 375 meters, taking a time of 42 seconds to complete one revolution. What is the magnitude of the acceleration of the helicopter toward the center of its circular path? Now again, I want you to pause the video before you listen to the solution. Now let's solve sample problem number 2. First, we write the given r, or the radius, is equal to 375 meters. Revolutions, we have one revolution in 42 seconds. So these would serve as our frequency. Now we are looking for the centripetal acceleration, but we know that we are still going to use our formula for tangential velocity. Now substituting our values, let's first get at the tangential velocity. V is equal to omega r, which is equal to 2 pi f multiplied to the radius. So that would be 2 pi multiplied to 1 revolution divided by 42 seconds multiplied to 375 meters. Now you just put this directly in your calculator and you'll arrive at an answer of 56.10 meters per second. Using this computed value for the tangential velocity, we could now proceed with computing the centripetal acceleration. So that would be 56.10 meters per second. We're going to square the entire value, divide by 375 meters, and our centripetal acceleration is 8.39 meters per second square. Now it's your turn. Solve this problem and we'll just have the solution in the next video. A car moves around the circular track with a radius of 120 meters. It completes 5 revolutions in 100 seconds. What is the tangential velocity of the car? And what is its centripetal acceleration? If you know the answer, you may just comment them or you may place them in the comment box. Do you have any questions regarding our topic? Feel free to place them in our comment box. That's all for this video.